Oh, we have so many cutscenes
And
with
what else
people.
did 𝒂𝒹𝒾𶶶 say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition.
Oh, Jesus!
Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother. That does sound like her.
Oh my goodness.
Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention. You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
I'll say. Yeah, I have to wonder. It's like it's like having to deal with YouTube comments. It's shitty people are just like they're not fun to deal with. And that does wear. That was very kind of Llewellyn to consider that aspect.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
Oh.
I have time if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
But we offered.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennard still won't respond to our letters.
He's just
And
a baby.
Sera, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
Josie, you're fine, sweetheart.
You've been working continually since I met you, Josephine.
And that can't stop. I must be going. But I leave feeling less troubled than I have in weeks.
Love her. This is so wholesome. We're just having a chat with our friends. Letting off some steam. Bonding. Oh, God, I forget how beautiful this place is. We could absolutely go skiing if we wanted. Oh. God, this place is so beautiful. Can I have a room like this? Like, this can be my whole house. Like, I would be happy with that. I love our new Dalish tapestries. And our Dalish windows. I'll have to go find all the beds and shit. I never bothered with any of that the first time through. God damn it, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. You know, Wasabi, I like to think that he did. I like to think that Solus painted that above our bed. Also, fucking, someone burn it already. I'll burn it. There's a torch right here. Ugh. Okay. Do we have any more? We do not. God, I really want to find where I can get this. A different throne. This is pretty terrible. I hate it. Secret Skyhold pie? What is this?
Hey guys, don't forget, if you enjoy this video, consider letting me know. Leave a like, subscribe, or even become a Patreon, where you can get access to unpublished videos, group gaming with me, and exclusive live streams in voice chat. Okay, thanks, bye.
The kitty bento box is having me eat a snack of your choice. Although today we did have it picked. Okay, we already did all these. It can be anything from Japanese treats, which I do have in a legitimate bento box, or I have an assortment of paki. And today I had made some peanut butter chocolate chip banana bread. So that is what I'm snacking on today. So when you use those points, I have to snack. Yeah, the nugget. He's a good baby. I don't know where he is right now.
A working nursery with not a space wasted will want for nothing.
This man bothers me. I don't like him. He makes me uncomfortable. I do love the gazebo still. Noodle can. Oh, Aaron, you sweet thing. Oh, wait, there's a note here? Oh, all right. That's fine by me. Yeah, I've never seen the pie. Oh, hey, Lizette. All right. Yeah. I try to do Saturdays earlier, so people overseas have an easier time. Yeah, Cal. Oh, nice. Yeah, because voice acting. Yes.
Your worship.
All right, let me put us into a cutscene and I'll snack. Let's see. I do try to be EU friendly, especially because the massive ones are so fucking late at night / early in the morning. Or for anybody overseas. Here we go.
I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Something I can help you with?
Yes, possibly. We saw so many Red Templars at the assault on Haven. Perhaps all that was left of the Order. What we didn't see was Lord Seeker Lucius. Indeed, I've seen no hint of any Seekers amongst the Red Templars, or anywhere. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus has imprisoned them.
Also, can we take a second and appreciate how really cool the giant table is? It's literally like the base of a tree that they've made into the mission table. Very cool.
Why imprisoned? He could just as easily have killed them.
Not easily. But yes, they may be dead. But the Seekers began this war against the mages. They cannot have simply vanished. There must be a trail we can follow, yet so far I have only discovered hints.
Yeah, I think this is the reality of the issue.
But they could have ended up just like the Red Templars.
Seekers do not use lyrium. I assume Corypheus gained control of the Templars by corrupting the lyrium they were already taking. To do the same to a Seeker, you'd have to force the lyrium upon him. That may be what happened, but it couldn't have begun that way. We're missing a piece of the puzzle, Inquisitor. I need to find it.
Cass is so cool. We don't always see eye to eye, but she's always very open to dialogue and to changing her opinion if you can prove the logic behind your stance. I really enjoy her as a character. Exactly, Wasabi, exactly. It is a shame that the mechanics situate it to where Cass fights more like a Templar, even though she does delineate the differences. Maybe she just falls back more on her Templar training?
Finding them obviously means a lot to you.
I left the Order, but I can never abandon them. I cannot even claim that rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition. But even so, if there's a chance... If we can spare resources to follow up on these leads, Inquisitor, I would appreciate it.
Of course. I actually have not played the Templar route. It murders my soul to side with the Templars. Oh, and I can't move. Oh, there we go. Jeez. That was terrifying. I was very worried there for a second. It's an interesting little painting that I haven't ever taken the time to look at. Also, there's a dude's face up there. I definitely watched some of the quests because I was trying to see 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁. And I know what her art looks like and everything, but I don't think I've ever interacted with her. I don't think I have at all. Oh, yeah. I'm already the first cutscene into Solas's romance. All right. Let's do everybody in the tavern now. So we got Cass. I don't think anybody's in that building.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Oh. Herald's Rest. A place for all in service here to rest, recoup, and persevere. Though ways the heart remember best, your saving grace, the Herald's Rest. Asunder is an amazing, amazing, amazing book. Hey, Cram.
Inquisitor?
I adore you. I think we've done all these,
Can
though.
we talk about the bull's charges?
Certainly. What can I tell you?
Have you had any other interesting jobs?
Had one noble whose rival had been told by a fortune teller that her death would come on feathered wings. The noble sent us after the rival. Not assassination, legal and everything, but we had to wear feathers. We sewed them into shirts over our armor. Should have seen the chief, all feathered up like the cock of the walk. Ended up retreating after all that. The rival choked to death a year later on a chicken bone.
Oh my god.
We'll talk later.
Love you, Crem. Okay, now, Crem is Jennifer Hale, right? If I recall correctly?
How many? And the charges blew through and saved the lot.
I know. That wasn't a battle, it was a brawl.
Still wouldn't trust them with a coin, but I'll take their help over dying against a wall.
You sure? Don't let them hear you say it.
Wow.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Whatever you want to do, my guy.
Oh, Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Aww.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning.
Whatever you want to do that is helpful, my guy. I'm just happy to have you.
What do you need? Do you see otherwise?
True enough.
Oh no, where is that dialogue? Shit.
No, they don't.
It's just what I heard.
Something like that.
Ugh, it's coming from everywhere and nowhere. All right, we haven't read this. Oh no. Sera's cabinet of wonder whose it was. Delivered. One cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities, if resources should be spent on such things. Sir Morris. Below, a comment and journal entries by Sera. Also, doodles of Sera with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris. Stuff needs a place. Stuff. Banner, circle, soft. Lizard, scratched out, rough and weird. Holla, fake, real ones stink. Cards, little worlds. Goblet, fancy cup. Cup, shit goblet. Bottle, Warden, strong. Bottle, Tavern, piss weak. Stupid sword, there's a small blood stain. Silk, bolts, not arrow bolts. Soft, make something. I think that minstrel Meriden is chatting me up. The song is creepy. I do see Crumb standing on a chair occasionally. I thought that was supposed to be. All right, this isn't gonna go well, but here we are. Sera and I don't get along well, but...
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask.
All right.
Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
What's up? I don't want to say resources are precious because it's kind of condescending, but I definitely want to let her know that we're listening.
All right, let's hear what you've got.
Jump right in, huh? I like that. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over 𝒂𝒃. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Oh.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Was this a tip from one of your friends?
Not a Jenny. Just normal angry people getting sick of being in the middle. I don't usually hear about things this far away. But having a friend like you is like getting really big ears. Bigger than normal, I guess, because we both... Never mind.
Oh.
Who's asking for this?
I'm asking, because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them. It's their little people stuck in the middle. It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
I don't like asking what's in it for me, but...
What does the Inquisition get out of this?
Nobles think everyone is out to get them. So when your helmets march through, both sides will think the other's your ally. Both get scared, both make deals. Worst case, you get a little bump among the people just because they see you active. Can't promise anything, but something will happen. Just like always.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, Sera. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
Oh my goodness. I do love her little nook. It's a very cool nook. Do we have any other things with her?
Demon armies and wardens, and 𝒂𝒃 has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
Oh, dang, I can already ask her to leave? But I couldn't ask Viv to leave, and Viv and I are clearly on bad terms.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat now. Gonna make everything the way it should be. Praying's nice, I suppose. 𝒂𝒃𝒄's bit, though. Height.
Corypheus. Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
It's not that I'm set against disliking her. She and I just don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Whereas I very much like to take a step away, examine the issue, negotiate, and be diplomatic. She just tends to, from my recollection, plow through and just like murder shit. And that's just very not the way that I play things. Again, I played this a very long time ago. 6 years ago? So I'm definitely coming at this as a whole different person, right? I was very frustrated with her initially. I felt like she wasn't taking shit seriously. I felt like she just wanted to romp around and be silly and potentially dumb sometimes. And that was very frustrating because I was trying to make alliances and deal with this huge threat, and it was taxing. And so I wrote her off in a lot of ways. But I'm trying to be much more kind this time around, and I am noticing that the dialogue, it's almost written to where you demean her, and I don't like that. Just because I don't see eye to eye with her or really appreciate a lot of the things that she does, it's not hurting anybody. So why be mean to her? I definitely don't want to be mean to her. That's not my prerogative at all. And I don't like that. I'm definitely much more sympathetic this time around. And I don't know whether that's because I am an adult. Well, I mean, I was an adult the first time, but I don't know. I feel like the older we get, for most people, the better versions of ourselves we become. And that fluctuates, right? We don't always make as much progress as we'd like, or self-improvements, whatever, because we all have our journeys to walk. And they're all unique to us. Nobody's as fast or as slow or as quick to improve or whatever. So as long as she's not around, like, ignoring what we're trying to do and killing people or hurting others, I don't feel like I'm gonna have an issue here. Her personal quest might be the part where I'm like, why? Because I remember being very taken aback by the way she addresses the situation, and like she and Llewellyn fought. Also, the anti-elf comments, not appreciated. I think that actually was an issue for me too, because I was like, what? Why? Like, you don't have to enjoy being an elf, but let's not shit on other people, please. Yeah. All right. Robin, what you got for me, sweetie? Exactly. I don't think anyone's kind of like a... Exactly. It is a lot of internalized racism. And I don't know what to do with Vivian. That is... And I definitely like sticking up for the little people, which is why I do want her here. I definitely want to see justice done regardless of at what level it is, right? Because a lot of the times, oppressed minorities don't get a say in literally anything. And so I definitely want to utilize this business strategy that she has, more or less. I appreciate it. What do you mean share something with y'all? The truth serums let you guys ask me a question that I have to answer as long as it's, you know, not R-rated. Oh, I'm not sure I've asked her about the Valisline. Ooh. Like, and I don't think there's any, like, strong need to hold on to the past either. But I think there's something to be said for valuing culture. And I don't know why it makes her uncomfortable, but she visibly has some aversion to it. And I don't understand what it is. And that might be one of the things that you get out of her romance that, I mean, I'll never find out because I have no intention of romancing her. I will be removing my Valisline, and I did the first time. I'm not sure I talked to her afterwards, but I'll have to do that this time. There should be Spill the Tea. That's the Take a Sip one. Yeah, it's silly. Like, we can all embrace our culture differently, but don't shit on it. That's my thing. Like, if you don't want to identify in a lot of the ways that elves do, that's totally fine. It's when you start shitting on other elves for being elfy, that's the problem. Yeah, that is it, Iwasabi. We have an elf who doesn't like elves, a mage who doesn't like mages. a Deventer who is, in some ways, actively working against Deventer because of the Venatori. It's very interesting. Everyone does have these internalized issues, and it's very interesting to dissect. Yeah, definitely. The Dalish definitely has some issues as far as being a little holier than thou. And it's kind of sad because they're trying so desperately to hold on to what makes them Dalish. And I think that in doing so, they spurn others. And like, you can do both, right? You can be sympathetic and not shit on elves who aren't Dalish, but keep your Dalishness. I'm pretty sure it's just a construct of writing because that allows us to have conflicts. So it allows us to have differing opinions and approaches and perspectives. All right, well, let's ask her about our friends. I don't know how this is gonna go, but
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which, the ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
oh no.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
I like that.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
There we go. I was hoping that we'd have more. She likes Blackwall, right?
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
I get what she means, but it's really funny. Especially because he's the one that likes to be crass so often.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
What about Cole?
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong.
Oh, be sweet to Cole.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do their women look like? Woof.
What do you think about our spymaster, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Oh my god. I think Cole should be up here, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, baby.
Of course.
Roderick was sorry before he died.
I wasn't aware you and Roderick were acquainted.
He was hurt. Red inside from the Templar, but red outside from the Templar too. Needed help to walk. Limping, light, leaning on the young like old Pepe when the road was icy. He called me a fine young man. He said he was sorry for what he did to you.
Why would... of course he didn't kill him.
You didn't try to end his suffering, did you?
No. He was dying already, and he welcomed it. The pain wasn't too much. He saw it at the end. Loving light, open arms. Andraste taking him home. He was happy. And sorry.
Did he tell you why he was sorry?
Blood everywhere. Monsters, madness, dying. We're all dying. The Herald stands against it, and heads turn. Desperate and simple. Pure. Voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing through me. But this is real. This is real. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, faith. And I fought her. Make her forgive me. I hope I did enough.
I love how much extra perspective Cole brings to the equation. I love having him around. You just get so much background on things that are going on that you would never get otherwise.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Who is this talking about, though? Oh, we're gonna learn a little bit about Asunder.
I'd like to talk with you about Templars.
They're heavy with forgotten songs, like 𝒂𝒃. Some of them are too loud. It's hard to stay near them. Cullen is softer, but demons asked questions that hurt him. Evangeline was kinder. I want to explain, but Reese's mother spoke to spirits, but not to him. Then she died for a Templar he loved. Words just bounce off the edges.
Oh, so good. If you have not read Asunder, please do so. So good.
What's your general opinion of Templars?
Some like hurting mages. It makes them happy, or less afraid, or dreams again. Woke up shaking, stalking the ground for one who looks like her. Always some rule being broken. But not all Templars listen when whispers crawl around inside them. They try to protect people, like Cullen. The good ones remember that mages are people.
I think I specifically remember in Dragon Age 2 that Cullen says that mages aren't people. Cullen does not fall into that category. Absolutely not.
Can you tell me more about how the Templars feel to you?
They feel older than they look. They've been changed, and their bodies are incomplete now. Delirium helps, but their bodies always want to connect to something older, bigger than they are. That's why they block magic. They reach for that other thing, and magic has no room to come in. Like when I listen to 𝒂💃.
Exactly. Cullen is a terrible example of Templars who want to protect mages. Yep, that's the quote. They are not people like you and me. That's why I hate Cullen as a character so much. Like, not only is he, like, you know, very clearly bigoted and treats a group of people like less than human. If that's not the definition of oppression, I'm not sure what is. But that aside, like, there's no consistency between 2 and here in Inquisition. Like, this example, as somebody who has now played the games, makes me balk. No, absolutely not. Cullen was awful. And he never says he's sorry. He never tries to make amends. He never tries to help mages in any way. And I hate that. I hate it. I personally do not believe he has a redemption arc. Because where has he redeemed himself? He hasn't helped or made good or made reparations for any of the damage that he's done. Thinking you're sorry and not doing anything about it does not count as a redemption arc. I have way higher standards for redemption arcs and writing from BioWare in general.
Can you tell me more about how the Red Templars are different?
The red lyrium is different, darker. Daggers under the skin. It eats you inside until you're nothing. They hear a different song. The song behind the door old whispers want opened. They are dead and dark and done.
Oof.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Yeah, I bet it was weird. I've seen. No, I played that. Because I played all the intros, but in Origins, that is. And it was very uncomfortable for me as a mage talking to him in the circle, because it's so, like, to me, it felt very predatory. Not that he acted predatory, but there's this sense of this man can end your life with one word to his buddies. And you don't have to have done anything wrong. He could get mad at you for not, you know, accepting his advances or reacting to something in a way that he didn't like. And you don't have a fucking choice. I did not like it. It made me extremely uncomfortable. Did not like.
An old name burns inside armor that shouldn't fit, lit by faces of children he couldn't save.
That has to be Blackwall. I mean, he could be changed, but like we see no evidence of it. God, and I hate that. Like, it's good because it showcases how terrible the Templars are, just kind of as a whole, even the good ones. I will give some leeway to Evangeline, because Evangeline looked at the situation, she went, huh, that's really fucked. You can't treat people like this anymore. And she joins the mages and helps them fight for freedom. That's a good Templar. I still don't consider Cullen to be a quote-unquote good Templar, even though he left the Order. I'm pretty sure. Cullen is such a sore spot with me, because I usually have such high standards for BioWare writing. It's usually so wonderful, but like... Exactly. There's so much potential to give him a good redemption arc. But it's just not there. It's either like half-assed, or somebody was like, well, this is good enough. Or, you know, honestly, somebody didn't care. I'm not honestly sure what happened there, but it makes me salty. I don't like oppression, y'all. And I don't think it's appropriate to just gloss over the fact that somebody who played a hand in, not just passively, but actively, in oppressing others, you could just write that shit off. Ugh, no. Okay, we'll leave some dialogue for them at other times. Oh, why would you say that to him?
I'll talk to you later.
Love you. He probably wouldn't want us to kiss him on the cheek, but I would if he'd let me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I have a lot of strong feelings about Cullen, and none of them are in his favor, I'm afraid. But again, that's not the problem of him as a I mean, don't get me wrong, there are problems with him as a person, but there's also problems with his writing. Where's Bull? Sometimes he's outside. No, I think he went inside now. He's in the back. I missed him. What? That gives you approval? I feel like telling somebody they've done odd things is mean. Really? I'm gonna trust y'all. Although I am here for the Elven lore.
Come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fortress
Oh.
strong and free. We rally with our hero born anew. Inquisitor, there's none as brave as she.
I think that one is just me showing off.
I'm sure Llewellyn would be incredibly embarrassed. Ugh. Oh, okay, so it's one of those times like that dialogue choice doesn't accurately represent what comes after it. Okay.
That's just what I heard.
Hey, Bull.
Hey, boss.
Oh, I have literally nothing to say to you? Oh, I'm sorry. I think you're a nifty dude. Keep on keeping on.
See you later, Bull.
Whew.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Good day.
Yeah, I agree that the fact that while there is that smattering of few Templars, it's extremely difficult to make any sort of change within the Order. Cole. That's where I was going. Cole. All right. Hey, baby.
He hunts the killer, but he's the one who killed her. He can't remember.
Oh, who is this? Bull is a good egg. Who is this? It might be Cole himself. We have heard quite a few odd things around Skyhold, like suddenly there's chickens in a room, or people have, you know, put all knives in a barrel or some shit.
I've heard about some oddities here in the keep. Was that you?
Yes. Maybe. What was it?
There we go.
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
Oh, baby.
And healers need something to treat infected wounds. Like spider webs.
The plums are already dead. They don't mind helping.
Oh, what a precious child.
Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Ah, what a sweet baby. I love him so much.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Oh, I thought we were going back.
Servants are having trouble remembering some odd events. Can I assume you're responsible for the turnips that have shown up in the fireplaces?
They don't smell the same raw.
You needed that soldier to smell them so he could die thinking he'd gone home.
He did go home.
Oh, baby. Oh, he's so pure and wholesome. I love him.
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Oh, baby. Oh, I just want to give him a brownie and pat him on the cheek and tell him that he's wonderful and no one should ever tell him different.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
We have more?
I hear you've been busy.
Okay, we don't.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Love you. God, he's so precious. Yeah, I'm gonna do more eavesdropping because that's apparently what we do in BioWare games. And steal things from people. Oh, we're going the wrong way.
See? What did I tell
And
you?
the turnips and the plums. He's helping. He's a helping boy. You guys...
Of course.
Oh, so much dialogue to keep up with. Hey, Creme. Love you. I'm just gonna go around and spend this game telling my friends that I love them, because it's important.
Inquisitor.
We've talked to her already.
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
Okay, don't
Take
think we
care.
have some more. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the DLC. I know, but they were sweet. It was sweet. Oh. Where is Inquisition? I wish he hadn't have left. Yo, I'm so impressed I got literally every single one right. Like, fucking props from me. Although, if there's one thing I know too much about, it's this game. Elves particularly. Alright, let's... I'm sorry, we've literally just run around. Yes, I'm about... Oh my god, I love Chrissy. I love her on TikTok. I watch her shit, like, every day.
Hey bitch, stop right here and listen. If you're in need for a piece of advice, or a pep talk, or somebody to help you get your shit together, Stay and listen.
I think we had something ready in the missions. Let's check in case it's Liliana and we can send her out again before we start running around. Yes, the Inquisition. I want to see them perform too. I love Chrissy. God, I love her so much. So we had the one up here finish off. Let's see. Stop war. All right, Inquisitor. Though the efforts of hundreds of negotiators, allies, and a few personal connections, Navarra and Deventer have grudgingly issued orders for their soldiers to return to their respective cities. Good. The contested land has been split down the middle. We have averted a war today. I will add nothing more, for there is no higher reward to ask for. Perfect. So 𝒸𝒶𝓁 is the like resident bimbo of TikTok. And so she makes this adorable content that's very self-empowering for the girls, the gays, and the theys. She's very anti-capitalist. Love her. She is amazing. And she speaks out about men's abuse of women as a category. What else does she do?
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
Good, perfect. And yes, Chrissy is my favorite TikToker too. I think it's 𝒸𝒶𝓁, 𝒸𝒶𝓁. Yes, she does collaborative content with himbos and thembos. It's good shit. And it's clearly like comedic for a lot of the bimbo stuff, but she's very self-empowering. She wants everyone to feel pretty. And yes, thank you, Tina. I really appreciate that. There's a link now posted in the Discord. Thank you, Christina. She's great. I love her. She was featured by, I think it was Rolling Stone lately. She's phenomenal. All right, so was it this one over here? Investigate ancient laboratory. Oh no, we might want Liliana for this. Nightingale. The last Venatori have left the ancient laboratory in the wake of the Inquisitor's attack. We can be sure that secrets have been left behind, those of the Venatori, the ancient Deventers, or both. We should not allow the desert to bury them. Liliana says we have agents capable of disarming whatever traps and tricks remain. Bring back valuables. Josephine. Ugh, no. Chantry scholars? No. Never. No. So we need Liliana for that. Not giving that shit to the Chantry. All right. Every time I say no like that, all I can do is think about... What is it? A white man? No! It's Schmidt from New Girl? God, it's such a good meme. Thank you, Tina. All right, let's see. But I don't want anything to go to the Chantry. And Chantry scholars may or may not take things back to the Chantry. And I don't want them acting like Britain and the British Museum and just taking everybody's shit and keeping it. Stuff that doesn't belong to them. Don't get me wrong. I love the British Museum and it's very cool and I'm very thankful to have been there. But we need to stop pretending like imperialism isn't an issue. Colonizing literally everything isn't an issue. Woo. All right. And of course I want Liliana for this too. Was there one that... Could I put Jose on this? No. I want Liliana for this too. Well, oh, this is different. Oh, we've got some more. Aha. Oh, nice. Okay, well, let's try out some of these. Liliana is in high demand. I just really appreciate the way she does things. All right. New to the crew, a young hopeful. A note in careful handwriting from the youth who recently arrived. Oh, Sutherland. To the Inquisition. I found bandits stalking your patrols. They are the usual kind, and I can show your people where they are. I tried to stop them, but they have swords, and I don't. If you have extra, I will help. I want to help. What a sweet bean. I mean, he wants to help. I don't mind letting Cullen have this one.
To work?
So now we've got Josie. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We've probably read this. I'm not sure. Exactly, Wasabi. I was going through, and I love museums. I always get the little audio tour so I can just soak in as much history and knowledge as possible. And I'm sitting here looking at all this, and I was like, this belongs to other people. These are very precious to other people, and they're here. And it just kind of like slapped me in the face how wrong that is. Not having a museum, but having taken things from other people to put in a museum. Like people who would very much appreciate these things back. Oh, it was really hard after I had that epiphany to like go through the rest of the museum and just like not have that weighing on me every time I looked at anything. And I mean, clearly if a civilization is like no longer among us, but well, the problem is a lot of times the people that donate things, they just bought that from some other white person forever ago. That white person they bought it from got it from another white person who stole it from, you know, the proper owner. It's really difficult. It's very difficult. I personally, and I'm sure there's gray issue here, if it's not yours, especially if you like imperialize or colonize that shit, that needs to go back. That needs to go back to the people that it belongs to. It's wild. It's wild that people just walk in and feel entitled to shit like that. You know, conquerors. Like there weren't people there doing things. And they're just like, well, this is mine now. Oh, yikes, it's such a bad fucking look. All right. Have we read this? I think we have. So Josie's the only one who can do it. So she says now that he's been here, we should talk to the nobles he's been seen with and let them all know. Maybe I haven't read this. Let's go ahead and read it. Madame Ambassador, words cannot express my gratitude for your gracious hospitality at Skyhold. After the events at Haven, one can hardly go anywhere in the Empire without hearing the word Inquisition. I shall be glad to have some facts to add to the wild rumors. I am as grieved as you to hear of the vicious slander being spread. Justinia V was the best of us. It pains me to think that others would pollute her legacy in such a manner. I travel to 𝒂𝒃 soon. I shall ensure my cousins know the truth of the matter. Perfect.
Let us begin.
Done. Everybody is busy. All right. I think, oh, actually, we can just fucking go to the Western approach now, can't we? Oh, I had it right. Look at me. So we still have a good bit of shit to do. God. Oh, that's the big one. There we go. That's a lot easier. So let's grab... Is this a requisition? No. I think this is a new boy. Can I please set the... It won't let me set it. So it looks like we need to travel here first. Which we can do. I want to take these two, but who wants to tank? I like Bull. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that's always like what gets me is just this whole big world. Oh, Christina, my transitions, that's sweet. Yeah. Sorry. I can like eventually do cool stream transitions. But it would be different scenes and stuff. And the little audio buddy, the XLR Go Mini, what I was trying to get for the longest time is what would let me do that, but they are literally not available, and they have not been for months. It's wild. I do know about the Iron Bull Dorian romance. I'm trying to make it happen. I think the initiator dialogue has been had already. Oh man, it's almost...
If you have a moment.
It's almost 4 too. What the shit? So the comment was that some of the cast from Maze Runner, which is a movie I'm assuming that I have not seen, stole Native American artifacts from where they were filming and then bragged about it. Bruh. The amount of inappropriate that is just over 9,000. Exactly, Lady Curran. The proper response to, oh, I found an old weird thing buried somewhere is probably put that back. All right, let's head to where we want to go. No, Wasabi, I still have the 15-minute dialogue thing installed, so I'm hoping we're going to be good to go on that end. I have listened to all the dialogue. Merlin and I went on a road trip that was 6 hours long, and thankfully, the entirety of the banter for Inquisition is like 5:35 or something like that. So 5.5 hours, maybe a little more. Oh, chonky puppy. So I have heard literally everything. But what I don't have is like the romance dialogues and stuff. Because I know that there's like conversations that, for instance, Solus has when he breaks up with you. Let's get some more death root. We just exhausted our stores of it. Oh, absolutely. I think it's one of the coolest like running dialogue options, the chess scene. Yeah, no, citations are life. They really are. So I appreciate that. Oh, does he really? Fuck, I'm not sure I remember that bit. Oh, we've got another one of the... Yes, the Chantry trail signs. The Chantry used these symbols long ago to mark trails to hidden locations. They are often mistaken by passerbys as simple carvings in the rock and trees.
A Chantry symbol out here. Odd.
Thanks for watching. Want more? You can check out these videos, or my stream on Twitch, or cosplay on Instagram, or on OnlyFans. All the links are in the description. So much content, so little time.